Shalom. I like to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to the Akim around the four corners, preaching this word with truth and sincerity. Just coming back in the spirit and theme of prophecy. And got a couple of articles gonna bring out dealing with the Most High's judgment. You know, like it says in Zephaniah, in Lord's will I'll get that. Every day he bring his judgment to light, he faileth not. So I'm gonna get the articles, get a couple of precepts, and Lord's willing this will be edifying. Alright, this is from the News and Observer. It says NC State student charged after 12 shootings into cars, homes, and on and around I-40 and Raleigh.
Andrew Graney was taken into custody, and we were there as he was brought before the magistrate at the Wake County Detention Center. Now, Graney is charged with 1 count of assault with a dangerous weapon with intent to kill, inflicting serious injury, and 11 counts of firing a weapon into an occupied vehicle or dwelling. Now, police believe he is the person who has been firing shots at unsuspecting cars near and along I-40 in southwest Raleigh since Monday. The latest shootings happened yesterday morning around Trailwood Drive. Now, court documents tell us over the course of 4 days, shots went into several occupied vehicles, as well as a home and an apartment complex. Only 1 person was hurt and no one seriously injured. Now, an NC State spokesperson says Graney's a senior majoring in anthropology at NC State, and he's been enrolled there at the school since 2019.
And even with the suspect behind bars, Raleigh police say their investigation continues. The department says they have focused their resources on identifying if anyone else is responsible. So far, Eyewitness News has learned of 12 shootings since Monday involving cars and homes in southwest Raleigh. Thank goodness there was only 1 person who's been injured in all this.
Yep, there you have it. Spirits created for vengeance. But on Friday morning, Andrew Thomas Graney, an NC State student majoring in anthropology, was charged with felony assault after a series of shootings into cars and homes on and near Interstate 40 in Raleigh. I mean, there's really nothing need to be said. Yeah. As a matter of fact, yeah, I get it. There's Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach, chapter 39, verse 28. It says, "There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them." Yeah, so these spirits created for vengeance appease the Heavenly Father when they do what they do. You know, create havoc. If you go to the next chapter, Ecclesiasticus chapter 40, verse 9 says, "Death and bloodshed, strife and the sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, and the scourge. These things are created for the wicked, and for their sakes came the flood." Yeah, so all of these calamities, bloodshed, strife, sword, famine, tribulation, the scourge, death, it was all created for the wicked. Why? Because the wicked won't turn back from their ways and seek the Heavenly Father. You know, like it says in the book of Psalms, the Most High is not in all the wicked's thoughts. I believe that's the 10th chapter. that's enough of that. Let me see if this video will play. Before I started, New York YouTuber Andre Beadle dead at 25 after crashing BMW during street race in front of horrified crowd on Queens Highway. Yeah, we tell you Jakes, man. Or we tell you people, period, but definitely you Jakes. Stop speeding and stop all this damn racing. This is what the Lord had. The Lord is going. This is one of the reasons why the Lord going to destroy Babylon. Because these Jakes, these young Jakes, they get behind the wheel and they become speed demons, not caring about nobody else. You know, not using discernment, probably because they don't have any. It says a New York-based car influencer and YouTuber was killed when he crashed his tricked-out BMW in a street race in front of horrified witnesses on the Queens Expressway Wednesday morning. Bronx native Andre Beadle, known on social media as One Stock F30, was driving at a high rate of speed east on the Nassau Expressway near JFK Airport just after 1 a.m. when he lost control and slammed into a light post, the NYPD told the Post. Beadle, 25, was racing in the left lane as he flew down the roadway when he suddenly swerved across the road into the right shoulder, striking the metal pole. Here's a picture of him right there. Says the influencer, who has more than 233,000 Instagram followers, was thrown out of his purple 2023 BMW M240. First responders rushed Beadle to Jamaica Hospital Medical Center, where he was pronounced dead. That's Jake for you, man. Always doing something that he ain't got no business doing. He in the world, so we don't shed a tear. That's why we tell you, Jakes, you better get right with the Lord before you get left. And this dude got left. To the book of Proverbs, chapter 14, verse 12. There is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. Yeah, and this Jake, he thought it was right for him to be speeding up and down the streets and on the highways. You know, racing his car. And got put to death for it. You know? And you do you think the Heavenly Father was with it? You best believe that the Heavenly Father was with it. Sent evil angels among him, made him lose control of his car, and wham bam, now he's in the spirit world. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 68, verse 20. says, he that is our power is the power of salvation, and unto the Heavenly Father, the Lord, unto Yahweh the Lord, belong the issues from death. Yeah, and that's really what it boils down to. That's the Lord who controls who lives or dies. You know. Let me get that real quick. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 39. It says, see now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. And so it's the Heavenly Father who decides who lives or dies. And he wounds and he heals. He does all these things. Like it tells you right here. Let's get some more. This is from Daily Mail. It says, boy 15 act. Yeah, here you go. Salakia. Boy 15 axes his mother to death and chops up her body as she confiscates his tablets so he would do his homework. And as you can see, it looks to be like Edomites, but who knows? Could be Jake. You know, it had the look of an Edomite. I don't really know of any Jakes that are chopping up their parents' bodies. But in this day and age, this being the last days, you never know. Says a teenage boy axed his mother to death after she confiscated his tablet to make him do his homework. Russian police have said the 15-year-old, who has not been named, repeatedly struck her on the head while she lay in the bed at their home near Moscow, according to reports. He then chopped her up before nailing her bedroom door shut and calmly going to his local shop in the village of Krasnaya Storoska to buy chocolate. The boy is understood to have played Minecraft before reporting himself to police in nearby Sergei Posad, around 46 miles northeast of Moscow. The dead woman has been named as Alexandra Gabasova, an accountant at a furniture factory. Here's a picture of the lady right there, Alexandra Gabasova. Let me get a quick precept. I believe this is it. Yeah. You just 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 1, and you read the subheading. It says, difficult times will come. It says, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, like that teenager, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of the Most High, having a form of godliness but denying the power thereof. From such turn away. Yeah, that's what we're commanded to do. Stay away from anybody who presents these characteristics. You know? Like they say, you have a small circle. Matter of fact, let me see if I could get that. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 11. Verse 16. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, although I have cast them far off among the heathen, and who's they? Who's them? It's talking about the Israelites. And although I have scattered them among the countries, yet will I be to them as a little sanctuary in the countries where they shall come. Yeah, the Lord's going to be a little sanctuary to us because he's calling back his remnant, his elect. He's not calling back the whole nation of Israel. That's why you see dudes like that guy from that YouTuber that lost his life. Why? Because he was racing. Because he wasn't part of the elect. He was doing things of the world. And it tells you not to love the world nor the things in it. The lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes. So, you know, we're just going to continue to do what the Lord tells us to do. And that's to turn back from our wicked ways. All right, that's enough of that. Oh yeah, this is from CNN. Dealing with, let me see if it'll pull up. This is CNN dealing with the weather. It says homes burned, residents evacuated in California amid life-threatening fire conditions. This was published yesterday.
Humanity's greatest weapon is the lie. We are unreliable and thus unpredictable.
Locking for the ads.
Prophecy, streaming exclusively on Max.
This is not a backcountry wildfire. We are in a city right now, the city of Camarillo, population around 70,000. These firefighters right now are trying to contain this blaze in a fence around somebody's property, and those winds are fanning these flames. Gusts of 60 plus miles an hour. Perfect conditions right now, unfortunately, for a wildfire. I don't remember the last time it rained around Los Angeles. Many people have been evacuated, homes have been lost, and people have been injured.
It's less than 1,000 feet from us. And we kept trying to find our way out through the smoke, and there was fires on the side of the road and in front of us. And we kept going in circles, and we finally got out. And so we've just been kind of driving around.
And as you can see, the Lord is visiting this place. It says what we covered. The mountain fire in Ventura County, which began Wednesday morning, burned into neighborhoods, set homes on fire, and prompted authorities to send more than 14,000 evacuation notices as it spread to thousands of acres in a matter of hours. Officials said numerous structures have been impacted by the flames. The fire, which has burned more than 20,400 acres, according to CAL FIRE, was driven by potent winds gusting over 60 miles per hour and weather conditions so extreme, forecasters issued a rare, particularly dangerous situation red flag warning for the potential of life-threatening fire behavior. Bad fire weather is continuing in Southern California. Red flag warnings, which warn of dangerous fire weather conditions, are in place for more than 18 million people, including the Los Angeles area. Yeah, so the Lord is continuing. He's not letting up. The Lord is continuing his onslaught of this world which he made. Let me get that real quick. Book of Isaiah chapter 29 verse 6 says, "Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder And you see the Lord is written in all caps. So that's you know it's talking about the Heavenly Father. That thou shalt be visited. His name is Yahweh. And his son's name is Yahweh Shai. And they're two separate entities. It says, thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts, Yahweh of hosts, with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire. And that's what you've seen. The Lord is definitely visiting the world which he made. There's no doubt about it. And I'll throw this one in here for extras.
Meteorologist Craig Herrera, who is in Colorado this morning. You're not in Denver, but you're in Littleton, so one of the suburbs outside of Denver, Craig. I mean, it's just been so fun to watch the evolution since Tuesday night and through now. The snow is piled up, no doubt, and it's been a very gentle fall of those flakes since we first joined you and saw you this morning.
I know it. I think you said, Stephen earlier said it almost looks like it was generated, like we got a background
he thought
behind
you were in front
us.
of a green screen.
But it's all legit. It's real. And right in front of a green screen, right, my friend? But look at this. It's still coming down. And the flakes for a while were getting a little bit bigger than they were earlier, and they're still coming down. I want to show you what it looks like behind us because this is gorgeous. Littleton, a southern suburb of Denver. Off into the distance, there's a canyon back there, a nice mountain, and the snow continues to come down. Now, it's been coming down all morning, steadily, slowly. It happened just before the sun came up. Overnight, it slowed down from what we got yesterday, but you talk about that transition. On Tuesday, we got up to the mid-50s for afternoon highs. The front came through, cold front, and in a matter of 3 hours, we dropped to almost 15 degrees, and then a couple of hours more, we were below freezing, and we had snow coming down. Here, there were some reports of 10, 11, up to 12 inches of fresh snow. That was as of last night, so of course, those numbers will go up a little bit more. I think we'll add at least another one for sure from this morning, but up to 5 inches of fresh snow throughout this morning. We get a bit of a break in the action, and then we'll see some more Friday night, late Friday night into Saturday. Now, driving this morning compared to what it looked like yesterday, they have been working very hard to clear the roads. Those are some of the main highways and interstates. C-470, a lot of people in and around who have been to Denver know C-470 kind of loops around portions of Denver. And if you're traveling Interstate 25, I-40 down in New Mexico, I-70, I-76 through the Eastern Plains, it's tough. In fact, the blowing snow is going to be a concern. We could see a lot of times some closures, and we had some already yesterday. And in fact, even down to I-40 through Gallup, New Mexico into Arizona, a lot of the heavy snow all the way down there has been a concern. Power outages for portions of New Mexico, also a concern, especially northern New Mexico, where you talked about some of the mountains getting slammed with snow. And when we're talking feet of snow this early in the season, it's great when you think about the amount of impact this is going to have economically as far as ski areas, ski resorts, rentals for skis, for snowboarders, hotels, restaurants, the tourism industry. Of course, you want to let this all slow down. By Sunday, I think it'll be a good time to get out there and enjoy it. But when you look at the snow, I'm going to show you some of this. I'm going to step into this and show you what it looks like and the consistency of it. Taking some of the snow right off of, it's nice and fluffy, right off of this nice bush here. But look how it's just falling apart. Just gorgeous. This nice. Oftentimes you hear somebody refer to it as a champagne type of snow. That's almost exactly what we have here. It's not real heavy. I think what we see coming in on Friday night into Saturday morning, probably going to be a heavier, wetter snow than this, so the consistency will be a little bit different. It'll also help to compact what's on the ground. Look how it glitters. It's just beautiful out there. Again, we have about a foot of fresh snow here. When we talk about this next winter storm watch that's been issued, it begins tonight, takes us all the way through Saturday morning for the next round coming in Friday night. That means we'll add about another 3 to 7 inches of fresh snow in and around the Denver metro area, but to the south, more as far as feet. Now, this is going to impact the Sangre de Cristo Mountains from southern Colorado to northern New Mexico, the Jemez Mountains, Los Alamos by the National Laboratories, and the Sandia Mountains there in Albuquerque. Big impacts for all of them. So traveling, try to stay off of I-25. Oftentimes it gets closed down, as you know. You don't want to be caught up in this because visibility drops fast. you could have blowing snow. It's just too dangerous. Again, Sunday's probably the better day to get out there and enjoy it. But Marissa, my friend, it has been gorgeous out here, and it just keeps coming down right now. And I look around, and, usually we get some big snows in February and March. So to see it this early, it's not unusual, but it's certainly welcome, that's for sure. We'll see this all the way up to Boulder, by the way. So it's mostly the foothills and the southern suburbs around Denver to New Mexico and plains. This is the old side of the storm. It is adding up.
It very quickly, yeah. I mean, to your point as well, I-25, the Raton Pass, you have state troopers saying it's open, it's drivable, but only at very slow speeds because it's so icy. And then, Craig, you also brought up to us Thanksgiving is just a few weeks away. You have a lot of the ski resorts that are opening across Colorado and New Mexico. You can't help but feed into some of that excitement. I wonder if people are going to try to make that trek out there.
I bet they will, especially with all the fresh powder. There's nothing like skiing in this type of snow because when you fall, if you fall and you land, it's nice and soft. It's nothing icy. Cutting through the powder, it's nothing like it. You're just going pew, 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 like that right through the mountains. It's the best type of snow to get into, especially if you're skiing or snowboarding. You also talked about that track, or the drive rather, between, say, Colorado Springs and Santa Fe. Normally a 5-6 hour drive. I heard it's taking people up to 10 or 11 hours. That's how bad the roads can be, though, so be careful.
Some people trying to navigate it and telling the National Weather Service out of Albuquerque on X, it's taking a lot longer than it should, but you got to have fun with it either way. Be careful in it. Have fun with it. Either way, Craig, you have been glowing all morning. It's like you're in your element. And after covering tropical systems, I think it's a nice change, right? Right, Steven's like,
No kidding.
No kidding. All right, Craig.
But the transition is happening right now. We will take it because we'll need the moisture later, right, my friend?
Yeah, we will. Fox Weather meteorologist Craig Herrera out of Colorado, out of Littleton, where the snow continues to pile up. Craig, thank you. Hopefully your toes are nice and toasty and your coffee nice and cold. He likes cold coffee.
Yeah, he likes it cool.
Yeah, so as you can see, the Lord is visiting this place. You got heavy snows in Colorado, and then you got fires in California. So let's read that again from Isaiah. This is Isaiah chapter 29, verse 6. It says, "Thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire." So there's no doubt that the Lord is visiting this place. Let's get this in 2nd Ezra. 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. He said, "He answered me then." Matter of fact, let me start. In 8:63 it says, "Behold, O Lord, now hast thou showed me the multitude of the wonders which thou will begin to do in the last times, but at what time thou hast not showed me." And this is Ezra's talking to the angel. And says, "He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made." Yeah, so as you can see, the Lord is visiting this place. You got these storms. You got the uproars of the people. As a matter of fact, let me read the 3rd verse. "Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest." Yeah, manifest means clear. So it's crystal clear that the Lord is coming, is visiting this place. You know?
Let's go.
Matter of fact, I think I'll stop it right there. Get another precept and then close. There's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 14, verse 16. It says, "For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter." So since that's going to happen, what would be your best interest? It would be to get right with the Heavenly Father. There's Ecclesiasticus chapter 5, verse 7. Says, "Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed, and perish in the day of vengeance." Yeah, so while the doors of mercy are steadily closing, but they're still open as we speak. So, like it says, don't put off from day to day. Make no tarrying. And tarry means to wait, to delay. So don't make any delay. Turn back to the Heavenly Father today. Not trying to rhyme, but that's where we're at with it. You know, don't make a delay. Turn back to the Heavenly Father when to then do it now. So, Lord's will, you was edified. Till next time, I'm gonna say shalom to the elect.